Right, stream's on. I think it's just waiting to connect. Check, check. That's fine. Welcome to OTL Elite, Season 2, Round 8 at the British Grand Prix. I am joined by Rob tonight.
Hello, Rob. Evening.
How are you, Rob?
Good, thanks, you.
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. We will be starting soon, I hope. We're just waiting for people to ready up. British Grand Prix then, home Grand Prix for most people here. Hopefully it should be an interesting one. There's a few in from OTL as well. We'll keep an eye on them throughout the race to see how well.
And there's always a chance of rain with it being in England.
There's always a chance of race. There's always a chance of rain. I will check that.
I think we must just be waiting for a couple more to turn up.
I'm just going to turn something down.
Oh no, we've readied up.
Alright, I think that's going to be better on the stream for sound anyway. That is better, right, that's fine. It should pick up. If it doesn't pick up the cars, I will change the setting back. It should pick up. If it doesn't pick up the cars, back. So, British Grand Prix, not the nicest of tracks for some. The Cops and Maggots Beckett's take people out. There's always turn 1, which can be a bit slippery as well. We'll just see.
The track can be slippery, just in general, if it's overcast, cloudy, cool.
Evening Jensen, evening Ethan, and hello Chris. Hope you're all doing well. Anyone who's watching, we shall try and keep you entertained with these guys throughout the next hour and a half. Any suggestions on your top 3, Rob?
Always hard to pick because depends what the strategist decides to run. Some might go medium soft here because it's only a one stop nailed on, so it's a medium to soft race, so it's hard to pick what your top 3's going to be until you start to see what strategy people are going to run as Jensen comes out on mediums, and one of them is coming out on track too.
There's quite a few who've actually switched to the medium tyre.
Chris is on mediums, Buller Jackson on mediums, Boseman's medium, Brock medium, Jensen medium, and Henry are all showing as mediums at the moment. Who's actually out on track first? It is probably Jensen's furthest up the track, followed. Now, strangely this time, Mike's gone out on soft to start with. He usually goes out mediums for his first run. So Mike is trying a different strategy.
I was just checking out the. That's fine. I'm back now though. Jensen, yeah, you're right. Jensen is on the mediums. Mike.
Yeah, and so Mike's gone out on soft. He usually does his first run on mediums. It's unusual for him to go out soft first tyre. Silverstone is a lovely place to be though. I've been twice and it is just a great track to sit and watch racing. Especially the section that Jensen's in now. Maggots Beckett's is just a brilliant section.
Took a bit of grass there actually on his outlap. Mike's trying to stick quite tight to the back of him here. He might have a nice...
He might want to drop back a little bit though. That's a bit too close even for a slipstream. You don't want to be 2 or 3 seconds back. You'll see him not get covered by dirty air, so he'll probably drop back now.
We'll stick with Jensen though, he's clear, starting his first lap. I feel like since the update this track's got a bit more slippery, like most tracks, but...
Yeah, we're on board with Jensen, turn 1 and 2 nice, he comes into what is the newer section of the track, which is...
He's gone a bit wide there.
That's not gone well into the loop, he's just totally slid. I think the track is very green at the minute. He comes out the loop onto Wellington straight, the car ahead, which is going to need to get out away from, I think. But isn't doing at the moment. That's... Ooh, Lewis not really got out of the way from him, so he's going to have to back out of this completely. He's been totally blocked here, totally. What's going on?
Lewis is now on AI. He was halfway flickering between AI and non-AI, but he has got in the way of Jensen there on his fast lap. So I don't know if he'll come back into the pit, maybe do another lap.
Jensen's totally backed out with them, so let's go on to Mike.
Mike is...
Oh, he's run wide out of really wide in Cops, but got away with it, wow.
He has got away with that.
Nice and smooth through Maggots and Beckett's, that looked really good through there. He's got a very balanced setup by the looks of it. He's now going to get a nice slipstream off Lewis ahead of him.
Lewis has actually moved for him as well.
Yeah, Jensen's gone back in the pit lane.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
Mike will be the first man to set the time. It's going to be a 1:27, is it? Yeah, 1:27.1.
That's not too bad on the soft tyre, Chris. Henry just put up a 1:27.2 on a medium. Boseman's just come into the last section with a 1:27.2 on the medium. OTL Allen's just finished first sector. We'll stick on him while a few more laps come in from, I think, Snarl, Larry, Pelly, and TRT.
Yellow flag, that's just people slowing down.
Larry did do a fast lap.
1:27.0, he did, yeah. And Brock's just done a 1:26.5 on mediums. Oh, Chris has gone round at Cops.
It's not too bad. I mean, he kept it in there. I think he's waiting for the...
Yeah. That corner on this year's game is just so tricky.
It has become quite difficult. He's just waiting for a few more to pass.
He's kept nicely out of the way.
Repit. Smalley's on a nice looking lap coming into the last sector as well. Keep an eye on comments just in case anyone does this today. He's just invalidated his lap, he's just gone slightly too wide there. Pelly is on the lap, he's just going into sector too soon. Lewis went back in the pit after his lap. Smalley has carried on for another lap, so maybe he's got enough fuel to get 2 laps in round here. And Pelly's invalidated his lap. I think a few of these are going to pit. So a few came out, got an invalidated lap, but Smalley doesn't look like he's done another lap.
Jensen's back out on track on his medium tyres for another go.
Connor's on an out lap. I'll stick with Adam actually. OTL Dixie, he's just started his lap. I know he's on a fresh set of softs as well for it.
Yeah, I think nice through the loop and onto the Wellington straight heading towards Brooklands.
I think he'll do quite well here tonight.
Nice apex into Brooklands now, which feels that line's going to take through Luffield. Yeah, he's taking a slightly wider line, which just gives you a nice straighter exit onto the old pit straight.
It did just show a purple sector 1 though for him. I don't know if that's
unfortunate with the game not always to be believed. No. How's he going to take Cops? A bit wide, bit wide. He's managed to hold it though, he's done well there.
It's kept, it's not invalidated his lap either, so he looks quite nice through Maggots and Beckett's as well there. Actually.
Just run a little bit wide on the exit.
He's going to get a bit of a straight toe here though.
Yeah, going to get a nice slipstream down, hanger straight. Into Stowe, slightly wide on the entries, not really hit the apex of that corner at all. But look, it's a wide enough corner, it doesn't always hurt you that much.
I reckon he'll put himself in the 127s here, maybe an 8.
It's going to be a 128, yeah, 128.5.
That's not too bad from him. Yeah, you'll get another couple of runners out there.
I would say Jensen will now be on a lap. He's showing the purple sector 1s, I've just gone on board with him.
We're on board with Jensen, yeah, he's just come into sector 2 here. He's trying another lap on those mediums again.
Yes, he is.
I think Clarkie's just slipped in there with a 127.4 on a medium tyre. Lost Souls just put up a 127.0 on a soft tyre. So times are coming in, they're looking very bunched up, especially from second to, well, all the way down to 7th at the moment. Still half the grid to put in the time as well. Yellow flag in sector 1 and 2.
Oh, Jensen's decided not to bother on the mediums.
Maybe he can see that everyone's doing soft times and he needs to be up there. He needs to start up there as high as he can. Clarkie will be doing an in-lap. It's enormous. Ballard Jack is on the lap, coming into the last couple of corners.
Brock's lap, looking at what everybody else has done so far, looks mighty.
Yeah, it does look a bit steep, doesn't it? Half a
second. He's done half a second on a slower tyre, which gives him another half a second at least on this track.
Jack looks like he's going to put up a good lap here. 127
nice
dead. Let's just put him in fourth.
Wow. Second, third, fourth. He's covered by 300ths of a second.
That's very close. That is very, very close. Is Connor still on his lap? No, he invalidated his lap. URL Nick is on a medium tyre. Locks up slightly, but.
Yeah, he's taking the wider line around Luffield as well, which should straighten up nicely onto the back straight. Yep. Onto the old pit straight we go.
First time I brought the game up, I tried to box there.
Oh, Cops, these again, people are running a little bit wide there, but managing to hold track limits just about, but it looks like it's still not rubbered in properly with 8 minutes to go. Nice through Maggots and Beckett's, really nice through there.
Maybe just caught a bit of grass there, but...
Yeah, it shouldn't affect him too much.
On the medium tyre, this looks like he's going to be in that...
Yeah, into Stowe, he's at the apex, nice, but probably lost a little bit of momentum, pulling in a little bit tight. As we're coming to Vale and Club Corner at the end, a little bit of a lock-up on the way in, hold the apex nicely. And out onto the main straight, this is going to be a 127.5.
So, another one in that 27 block.
The only out at the minute seems to be Bumpty, who I don't think is going to representative lap.
Yeah, his first lap,
he's actually on a lap now, I'd look to it, he's just heading into Brooklands now at the end of the first sector.
He's 2.5 seconds up, but then off his last time, he can't really...
Yeah, he's a 1:35, his original time, so he must have had a moment somewhere. Ooh, looking to... Oh, Brock's got a 1:26.0, wow.
That's a fast time. It's on a soft tyre though this time, but still, that's the half a second distance that he had to find between his medium and soft tyre. They look very clean going through Maggots and Beckett, so maybe slightly white.
Bunty's just struggling on the edge of the chapel. He's 5 seconds up on himself, so that's a 1:30 a minute. He needs to find another couple of seconds in the final sector. Into Stories, hit that apex nicely. Nice on the power, he's run wide, that's going to be invalidated. I'm surprised he didn't go into the pit lane there. Get a fresh set of tyres for the last 6 minutes.
He might have enough fuel just to do one more lap. Where would he have been roughly? That's a 1:27.0.
1:27.0, he'd have been right in that pack of the 27.0s. He hasn't got fuel to do another lap because he's backed out of it.
Ah.
A strange decision not to box there.
We have OTL Allen on a fast lap. We'll try and keep up with these guys who haven't set a lap in yet.
Is he going to get blocked by Pelly ahead of him?
I don't know, but I think Pelly is on a fast lap, so there's not actually much he can do. They're both on soft tyres.
Yeah, actually, this will give Chris a decent tow around here. Might just upset the car through cops though and make him wide. No, he's had that really nice. It was invalidated.
Wide. He has invalidated.
And it has invalidated it.
Not invalidated his lap as he goes through Maggots and Beckett.
Yeah.
He looks like he's on quite a nice lap. Ooh. He looks like he's on quite a nice lap actually, coming out of sector 2 with a 1:03.1.
If Lewis hasn't done a lap yet either, showing us. Oh, there's a car going to be in the way in the exit of Stowe, is there? Oh, he's run wide. I think that car on the outside did just put him off, but he's gone away with it actually.
He's got away with that. It hasn't invalidated his lap. It might have helped. It may have helped slightly, but he's going to pump 1:26.8.
Wow.
That's quite fast from Pelly. Well done there.
And Henry, we've missed that. Henry put in a 1:26.4 and Jensen just put a 1:26.2. The McLarens are looking good again like they did a couple of weeks ago when they were the top two.
Who else just put a lap in there? I think Ranger and Lewis just put in their laps as well. 1:27.
Yeah, Lewis has just put in his first lap, but he's now invalidated the next lap.
1:28.3.
Ranger's got a 1:27.9 in there.
We'll look at... Oh, he's going into the pit. Connor, he hasn't set a time yet. He is on the lap now, going into sector 2, through sector 2. I think if Connor can nail a lap, he'll be...
Well, he's on a lap now. He looks nice through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. And he's well up on Nelly actually there, because Nelly was a 1:03.1 I think he said. And he was in the 1:02s there, so he's going to be in the 1:26. Sorry, it's Pelly, not Nelly, apologies. But yeah, he's going to be in the 1:20, low 1:26s looking at that, I think, by the time he gets into this lap, if he hits Club and Vale properly, which it looks like he's going to do. Yeah, that's really nice and driven through there. This is going to be quick. This is going to be quick. Wow, that is a brilliant time. Wow.
A 1:25.9, I think Jensen is not on a lap. So, Lost Souls is 3.5 tenths down, going through the first sector,
yeah. He's just onto the Wellington straight now. He's backed out of that though.
Seconds up. Bullard Jack is on a fast lap. He's only 100ths up, but he is time maybe in this third sector.
I think Lost Souls has backed out of this lap, has he?
I think so, because he went from 3.5 tenths down to 1.1 seconds up in
interesting.
Quarter of a second.
Two drivers still want to do a time, Chris, and I'm going to shorten that to Hamal because I'm not saying the other 400 letters that follow it, so I don't have the brain power to figure out what it's trying to read as.
Hamal is fine, I should think. It's close. Oh, and Bullard Jet's just shut in the pit, so Ranger's back out on his lap. I don't know. We'll go to... No, Lost
Ranger's
Souls
just finished a lap, I believe. Or is he going again? No, he's going again, yeah.
I think he's going again, because Lost Souls is going in the pit, isn't he? Yep, we'll have a look at Ranger, how he gets on round here. He is actually a 10.5 up, so at the moment he stays where he needs to.
Oh, he's going to run wide a little bit in Cops. He's lost a lot of momentum there.
He does need to find half a second, though, if he wants to move up one place.
Wow.
Quite a big gap from...
Let's see where he is at the end of sector 2. He's done Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel quite nicely. He is half a second up though, so he's going to maybe move him around 12th, 11th potentially. Connor's retired from the session, he's decided enough's enough.
Connor thinks his lap's pretty fast. I don't know how long's left. There is a yellow flag, sector 3, that was him.
That's just Connor retiring as he went into the pit lane. This is nicely driven Ranger at the end of this lap. It's good nice. It's going to get into the 27, 27.3.
That does put him 12th.
Go with 3 choice of tyres from there.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy that he's up that high actually. With 2 minutes 20 left.
2 minutes 20. Everybody's going to be coming out on track now.
His lap at the moment. I've never seen this guy before, girl.
Me neither.
So I don't know how fast they are. Hopefully they'll put it up there in the 126s to give.
This is showing sector 2 at 2 minute 25. There's something not right there.
Yeah, I've just seen that actually.
So either the timing screen's wrong or he's had an accident somewhere at the start of this lap.
It could have taken 2.5 minutes to get out one sector though.
You wouldn't have thought so, but he's gone really wide in cops and that's...
OTL.
Yeah, he's backed out of that. There is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 cars in sector 1. It is going to get frenetic at this point.
The boatman who is on a fast lap is coming up to every single one of them.
Oh, that's not going to end well for somebody at some point.
He's on a fast lap. Keep a lookout for the Aston Martin as it goes.
Yeah, he's got. Ooh, there's 4 cars in Luffield. He's a 10th upon himself through sector 1. He's just hoping this traffic gets out the way on the old pit straight. There's 4 cars just exiting Luffield and Woodcock.
He'll put himself into the top 10. He would want that, I think.
They're actually staying far enough ahead at the moment, which, if you catch them on a hanger straight, it'll get a nice tow actually from 3 people punching the hole in the air for him. Maggots and Beckett's, that looks nicely balanced and settled through there. What's it going to be like through Chapel? Yeah, that's nice. A little bit of back end stepping out, it's not too bad. People warming the tyres are going to have to just try and be careful here. Yeah, they've all done well.
This seems quite quick actually.
Oh, there's a lot of people in the final sector. This could ruin his lap, unfortunately. It depends how... Oh, he's gone wide. I think validated.
I think he would have had to have backed out, but anyway, look, Lost Souls was warming his tyres up just in front of him. It wouldn't have helped.
You've got Lost Souls and Brock ahead of him, and a Red Bull.
Mike has just started a lap as well. We'll keep an eye on him.
Brock has just started a lap as well. I'm just sat on board with Brock at the moment. Is Jensen halfway around a lap? Jensen's halfway around a lap.
I'm on Jensen now. He's going through Maggots and Beckett's actually. I think that's it.
Oh, a little bit. His back end on that car does look a little bit looser than some of the other people we've seen go through Maggots and Beckett's. He might have gone for a less downforce setup. He needs to find.
You don't know
3/10.
actually. It may be absolutely raining in the race. We won't know until then. He may have gone for a slight wet setup. I hope not with times set like that. But
he's not going to improve here, I don't think.
No, he's not.
He's backed out of it. He backed out of it at the end. He dropped off just to not improve, to make sure he stayed on the same tyres that he didn't do his best lap on.
Where were we? We were on Mike.
Brock's now through Cops. Going up to Maggots and Beckett.
Yeah, both Red Bulls have invalidated their laps. Mike's
That's been
invalidated
the end of their session. Can Brock hit pole? What's he like at the end of sector 2? He's 1,000 up. He needs to find 200-300 of a second.
Yeah, he's got a few cars in front of him. The car in front of him, where is he actually? Is one of the Red Bulls. I know they've both invalidated.
He's just gone through Stowe. He needs the car that's just going through Club and Vale to be quick sticks, really. It's nice into the first part of the last section.
It looks nice around there as well.
He's got a good drive out of the final corner. Is this going to be enough to get pole? Oh, no,
almost.
He actually didn't improve. He lost out by 200ths of a second on his own time in the end.
It's not going to improve. Boastman is going to improve by... No, he's not. Clarkie's smashing into the pit lane. And I think everyone else is done.
I think that's everybody done. URL Nick's done. He's not going around fast. Lots of souls in the pit lane and the rest have finished. Hamal didn't get a lap time in the end, and neither did Chris.
Neither did Chris, actually, seeing that. He definitely tried. I mean, he come out 3 times, I think. I saw him on 3 full laps.
If you take away sort of the top 4 or 5 guys from, well, 7 to 17, if he's covered by less than a second. Oh no, sorry, 7 to 16.
7 to 16, yeah, as a second. It's going to be very close there.
In fact, 5th to 16 is only 9/10.
Yep, yeah, it is. So.
And everybody on the top 10 is on the mediums, so sorry, on the softs.
Yep, everyone's
Mike, as much as I said Mike didn't do a lap on mediums, he gets to start on mediums if he wants, anyway, he's ended up 11th.
Yeah, he's done his nice
After all that, he can just do his mediums if he feels like it anyway.
so as we go through qualifying, Connor is on pole.
That is a stunning lap.
With a very, very fast lap. I know Brock was second and Jensen's
Third,
third.
that's your top three.
And I will continue it when we get to it, but yeah, that's a very fast time.
Henry's up there again in fourth, and he had a very good race in Austria, or at one point he was having a very good race. He was pushing both McLarens at one point.
If Henry can, I mean, he had a couple of spins, didn't he? But if he can hold it together, I think he'll have a good race. Obviously, Smalley behind him in fifth. He's won 2 or 3 races this season as well. So it'll be, I think I'm not sure what happened last week, but he definitely finished 4th, maybe then moved up to 1st with his penalties. But he didn't finish last, if you remember.
I'm not actually sure how that all ended out in the end.
Lost Souls was in 6th, Pelly was a very good 7th there, URL Nickens in 8th, Snow Larry was 9th, Bullard Jets 10th, Mike put himself in 11th, Lewis was 12th, TRT Bunty was 13th, Boseman was 14th, Ranger was 15th, and the rest...
We shall pick up on the grid.
There is no 5-minute break here, so hopefully we'll get straight into it.
I mean, if it's a clean race, it's hard to judge on strategy because it is just literally a one-stop. It's all about looking after your tyres, make sure you've got them at the end of each stint. Oh, but it is very cloudy.
It does look a bit cloudy. If that brightens up, it won't rain, but if it gets darker, I think we'll have a...
But the other thing is that this now could just be slippery. It could be very, very tricky at the start of the race if it's...
With the coldness of the track and the fact that it'll only literally have an outlap on it with the Formula.
I mean, I don't know how advanced the game coding is, but could it have rained between sessions and could the track be green? I don't know if it's that advanced, but it could have. It's Silverstone, anything could happen.
They could have puddles on there, I can't even see, all I can see is a pit lane, so...
A very nice pit lane, I have been in it and it is definitely a very good representation of that pit lane, although the bridge isn't there yet.
Oh,
the game's ahead of real life. We've got the hotel that's still currently being built on the left and the bridge that links them that isn't actually built in real life yet.
Ah. So
that will be there, I believe, for next year's race as we go off on the parade lap formation lap.
And just to finish off the grid, Clarkey was down in 16th. OTL Dixon Norman was in 17th. OTL Allen couldn't get a lap in, he's in 18th. It'll be interesting to see how far he can get himself up from there actually. And Hamal with no experience that I've seen, I don't know. He may be a very, very quick guy who smashes through this field, or...
So the tyre strategy is come up, it's a one-stop pitting lap 10 to 13 if you're starting on soft.
I haven't got that yet.
Is anybody starting on the mediums?
Yes, Mike, Lewis, TRT, Bunty, Boseman. In fact, everyone who isn't top
everyone
10,
bar Ranger is starting on the mediums.
Ranger has chose the soft tyre. Ranger is an OTL driver, isn't he? So maybe he might want to just put on the soft, thinking, oh look, Boseman, TRT, Bunty, Mike, they're quicker than me, they're on mediums, if I can hold on to them...
Yeah, or he might be able to jump a few off the start.
Yeah, or if he could jump a few, but hold with definitely some of them, he'll enjoy his race tonight, I think.
Turn 1 here, you've definitely got to balance bravery with a bit of hesitancy at the same time, because you can pinch into turn 1 quite easily if you're not careful.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially if you're starting on sort of where Brock, Henry or Lost Souls are, you're on the inside. And if you don't have a great start, you can soon get pushed to the inside of that curb.
Just before we start, I'll just have a look at the placement. So Smalley did actually win at Austria last week, which means Jensen finished 3rd, and I believe Lewis then finished 2nd. So that was last week. But at the moment we've got Smalley in 1st, 8 points behind us Jensen, and 13 points behind him is Connor. McLaren are winning the championship by 80 points over Alfa Romeo, and Haas are on the same points as them, 158 just behind. But as on today's race, you can see their soft medium or soft hard are the tyre choices.
And here we go.
And we're waiting for lights. There's 1, 2, 3 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Long lights. And they're
And we're
off.
away.
And I'm not sure who got a good
Looks
start
like...
there. Jensen's
Yeah,
bogged down a little bit. And
Connor's got a very good start and he's away to turn 1, yeah. Jensen's going to get Henry up the inside of him, is it? Is he going to farm? Brock's going to go up the inside. Connor's on slightly wide, but the fell saving to Luke.
Jat's going to try and go around the outside of a few here. I think they all got through there quite cleanly. I can see a few people.
Oh, a bit of contact between Lost Souls and URL Nick, I think.
And
but Connor's away.
And is that Pelly's just dived down the inside of both of them? That was a great move while they were having a little bit of issues there. We've got Lewis who's moved up to 10th as well. Lost Souls has got through Nick there. Mike's trying to go around the outside of 3 of them there along with Boseman.
Mike's gained a place off the start.
Connor's still in first.
Follow Jats at 4 places in the first lap.
We'll just filter through these to make sure everyone's still got all their wings and are clean. It looked like Ranger tried something from the inside. Hamler is up 2, 3 now. Ranger's gone down a few. OTL and then Dixie Enormous.
That's not the start of Ranger. Oh, F. Lewis has had an accident.
I don't think he's out. No, he's not out. I think he's just lost a bit of wing.
Oh, that's going to make it difficult for him now to get back into this race. It's such a long pit stop here, especially if he's got to change his wing.
Yeah, it's a 35-second pit stop, and the wing change is another 8.5, isn't it? So, with tyres, try and get a good angle on this. I think Brock and Connor there, they pulled away slightly. I can't see the times.
Come over the line for lap 1. It's Connor, Brock, Jensen, Henry, Smalley, Buller, Jack, Pelly, Lost Souls, Mike, and your own Nick are the top 10 as Postman gets a time penalty already for corner cutting. Wow, that's going to hurt him later on that early in the race.
He has moved up 3 places though.
Yeah, he's now going to be stuck in a what potentially could be a long train. Looks like Clarkie's had an incident somewhere. He's now dropped off the back of that pack.
So our biggest gainer at the moment is Hamler. He's gone up 6. Billard Jat's up 4. The top 5 stayed the same. Pelly's still in 7th. Lost Souls lost 2 places. Mike gained 2. URL Nick lost 2. Boseman's up 3. He might be up 4 here. He's going to look at the inside of Nick going into Cox, is he? No, he's just sitting behind him. TR Bunty is up 1. Like I said, Hamler's up 6, so he's doing really well from the back. Rangers just had the spin behind him. I don't think he's going to get in anyone's way. He's ghosted. OTL Dixie's moved up 1. OTL Allen's moved up 3. And Snow Larry's down 5. I don't know if he had a bit of wing damage.
Lost Souls and Pelly are close together down the hanger straight, but Pelly's got the inside line, should cover that off.
And I think Lost Souls is going to...
Oh, he's going to dive down the inside. Wow, nice switchback move up to the inside. And he's got that move done into Vale. And that is job done on that one, though. The lead is very close. Brock's really got up to Connor. He's going to go down the inside into turn 1. This is going to have to be some good driving, and they've both got through nicely there.
Very nice from both of them. I don't know.
That's a great move by Brock.
No. It was a very close move there by Jock. I don't know if...
It looks like Connor's lost a bit of pace or something. I don't know if he's had an incident, but he's now got Jensen right in the back wing as well.
He does have a full wing, full end plate.
But
so I think
they'll have DRS on the back straight. Oh, sorry, so the Wellington straight. But it doesn't look like he's doing enough to get him near enough. Into Brooklands, he's not near enough unless he can get a good run out of Luffield and Woodcott onto the whole pit straight. But actually, Jensen's the one looking nearer than Connor is to Brock actually at the minute.
Everyone's very close on track as well. I don't think many people have broken this DRS train. But like
Jensen's got a really good run through Cops. If he sticks it well through Maggots and Beckett's, I think Jensen might have Connor by the end of the hanger straight here.
We'll keep an eye on him. He might.
Because Connor's too far back to get a run on Brock. Far too far back. He's nearly over 9/10 now. Oh, Jensen's not had the best run through Maggots and Beckett's. He just lost a bit of ground.
Connor has just touched the grass there though, but I don't
know. Yeah, but Jensen lost it in the middle of Maggots and Beckett's and just lost a couple of tenths that meant he couldn't have a go into. So
Mike's very close to Pelly here. He's going to go past up the inside into
Stowe. Yeah, that's that move done. Mike will be quite happy with it. He's up to 8th running on them mediums.
Yeah, he's just sitting behind the soft runners, I believe.
He's the highest medium runner. He started as the highest medium runner, but he's kept that. And
yep.
If he keeps on the back of these now and just keeps within DRS, he should have a decent run there.
Henry's now closed in up to the back of Jensen, so...
Yeah, Henry's been sat there he's kind of having a watching brief at the minute and just looking to pick off any pieces that happen. The same with Smalley behind him.
I can remember at Austria this happened. He was sitting there waiting.
Those two kept close to the front 2 or 3 that was in Austria.
Yeah, they did. Smalley's obviously still within that DRS. I don't think Bullard Jack did not get DRS, so he's out of that second gap. He needs to be careful of Lost Souls behind him.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. There's going to Clark. He's had another spin at farm corner, I think.
Is that Clark? He's just gone round. Yeah, it was one.
Yeah, he's just got back going now as he comes back onto the second straight.
OTL Allen's sticking with Snarl Larry at the back. He's on soft tyres, Snarl Larry, so he's lost a few places. I think he may have had a little bit of an issue with someone in there.
Henry's got a good run on Jensen here as we come onto the hangar straight. He's really, really close, and Jensen's got to dip the tyre into the grass. This is going to give Henry a really good run into Stoke.
I don't know.
Jensen's straight line speed is too good.
Yes, yeah, I was just about to say, I don't think he's actually gaining. It looked like he was gaining it first, and as soon as that DRS opened, Jensen...
I know, I said that in qualifying though, the way Jensen's car was going through Mike's and Beckett's, it looked light at the rear end. He's gone for less wing, I think. Chris picked up a penalty.
URL Nick there, yeah, and Chris got 3 seconds.
Oh, Connor's gone on the straight. Connor's gone on the main straight. Coming out the final corner, he's lost the back end. He's gone into the wall with the rear of the car, but I don't think it'll cause damage. But he's down to 11th place. 12th place, 13th. That happened to him at Austria when he was leading, if I remember rightly. Or he was very near to the front.
Got past Snarl Larry there as well. I think Chris had to...
Bullard Jack has lost out to Lost Souls, I believe that is. Yeah, Lost Souls is now to 5th. Mike is still 7th. Yeah, Lost Souls has passed Bullard Jack. But Bullard Jack's going to try and get him back into Brooklands. He's gone down the inside with DRS. And will he make it stick? He's going to be fighting to there. Lost Souls is going to have the inside line into the next corner, but no, he's moved on for Bullard Jack for now.
These guys are all still very close, aren't they? I mean, Chris was...
Yeah, there's just a gap between Smalley and Bullard Jack now. There's a 2.5 second gap.
Yep, and
so
Connor... There's a little gap there with Hamel and Connor as well. Well, I know it's lower down, but...
Yeah, but if Lost Souls has got more pace than Bullard Jack, he needs to get this move done.
I think
otherwise he's losing time now.
Mike's pushing very fast behind
Bullard
these
Jack's
guys as well.
Bullard Jack's caught the grass. This is going to be a move done for Lost Souls easy.
Yeah, he might lose a place to Mike as well. Mike's going to try and get down the inside of him.
Yeah, he went on the grass in Chapel, and that is always going to end badly when you've got DRS behind you. He's lost 2 places there.
He has lost 2 places, and I think these lap 5, I don't know if the medium tyres are now starting to become... I know you can do a
Oh, another yellow flag in sector 3. Is that a Mercedes?
No,
it was Adam, I believe, maybe? He's now 4 seconds behind. I think Adam's had an incident somewhere.
No, he was 4 seconds behind originally.
Okay.
Connor's gap was the same. I think it might have been Chris, because he was on the back of... Yeah, it was Chris, because he was on the back of Connor, and now he's lost a place to Snarl Larry by a second.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lost Souls has now got clear of Bullard Jack. Let's see if he can start making any move on that gap. It doesn't look like he can actually. He's losing time still, and Mike's now pushing him.
It's 3.2 seconds. Yeah, Mike, I was going to say, he's doing very well on those medium tyres behind him.
He's got Bullard Jack for company, and then Boseman and Pellet in close proximity behind him.
They're all very, very close behind. Boseman's got that 3 second time penalty, so out of these 4 or 5, I think he'll...
Oh, and he's wide again, he's got another penalty, yeah, he run wide on the exit of Cops.
Is anyone going to try and push? Lost Souls could be a sit and duck at the end of this.
Oh, yeah, because there's 4 cars.
He has got a good exit though, but wow, Mike got an absolute huge exit off that, and he's 5 straight past him halfway up the straight before it's even done. I think we're like, yeah.
And is Boseman going to go up the inside? He is. Boseman's got the inside, Bullard Jack into Stowe. But you can defend on the outside.
Lost Souls gets a 3 second time penalty for corner.
Into Club and Vale, is Bullard Jack going to stick it with the inside? He's tried, but not enough room.
He's had to sit behind Pelly.
Boseman's held it.
If Pelly can get a good... No, he's just gone slightly wide, but...
He might get a run though down Wellington Straight.
He's just got a 3
As
second
Pelly
time
picks up a time penalty. Penalties are starting to come in a little bit now. Front 3 is still Brock, Jensen and Henry, with that gap just isn't changing between all of them.
Brock has almost pulled out a DRS over Jensen. I know he's just got it now and it's pulled him back by 3 tenths, but that was up to 8 tenths. There's a...
Rangers picked up a time penalty, and Mike's got clear enough of Lost Souls for him not to be challenged into Brooklyn, so that could start now for Mike to be able to eke away a little bit if he can keep it going.
Up with Nick, but they've just
yellow flag. We've had an incident. Is it Nick? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was Nick and Connor. I think Connor was going to overtake Nick. I think there was contact with the wheels, and they both spun. We'll keep an eye on that for the.
Back on board with Mike as he goes through Maggots and Beckett's. He's 3/10. Lost Souls might have a chance
Both
on
of them
Nine
sit
straight,
behind him on mediums.
depending how much of a run he gets.
He has closed that gap slightly. To
Yeah,
Smalley.
Lost Souls is going to have a go for this down to stall. I think, yeah, Mike's not even going to fight it. He's going to hold off and probably come back to him for the next lap.
I think
Which is a much better line through Stowe, actually. Will he get back into him in Cullen Vale? Yeah, he's got the inside, nicely done.
He's taking a nice line there. I'll tell you what though, Lost Souls had a better run out there. No, I don't think he will actually, but both of them might come down the insides of Lost Souls as Smalley's pit on lap 8, so...
Smalley's decided, that's an early stop.
He's a very early stop.
Soft I would expect to go between 10 to 13.
Nick's pit, I think Smalley may have needed a piece of wing. He had been in
No, Smalley didn't change the wing until I watched the pit stop.
He's put mediums on. Can he run them 18 laps? I know myself I could probably get 15, 16.
They can probably do it, but I just wonder if he's going to get the best out of both tyres. Did he take as much life as he could out of that soft before bringing it off?
It says Lost Souls just got past Boseman there as well, so Boseman had got past him. Lost Souls has just got past, sorry. It may be a strategy thing. I mean, he was sitting behind... He's 2.5 seconds behind Clarkey on mediums. He was sitting behind Henry, wasn't he? And I don't know if he may have thought, oh, these guys are slowing me down. The problem is he's come 2.5 seconds behind Clarkey, but they're all on mediums. They could hold him up.
And if these soft tyre runners are still running at a regional pace, which they look like they are...
Well, Lost Souls just ploughed.
Oh, Jensen, Brock's going to come in as well, so they are getting rid of these soft tyres early.
So yeah, Brock's gone in now, so he's done after 8 laps.
Henry's gone in as well.
Lost Souls has decided to go back round. Mike obviously will, he's on mediums. Boseman will.
Jensen's just put in the fastest lap of the race, so he's quite happy with them soft tyres at the minute.
1:28.9, Jensen on the medium. On the soft tyre, sorry. Lost Souls has also stayed out on the soft, but he's 5.8 seconds behind.
So where's Brock going to come out? He's come out. Where's Smalley going to be? How's this going to work? Smalley's not even on the main straight yet, so they're going to jump.
I'll tell you what though, it will be very close.
That pit exit's a lot further than what you think it is. Actually, he's jumped Henry. It hasn't worked out.
Smalley's come out just behind Brock.
Yeah, he's jumped Henry in the middle of that. So that is a good call.
I'll tell you what now, it'll be interesting to see where Jensen and Lost Souls are, because... And Bullard Jet and even Pelly, you know, because they're on the same...
Smalley's going to have a go at Brock into Brooklands. Oh, he's there's been contact. Smalley's round. And so, Brock's managed to hold it, but Smalley, it was a late move, that was never going to work.
I didn't get that.
It went really, really late on the brakes, it was just never going to work. Rear tyre to front tyre, it was always going to end in him spinning, unfortunately.
It was like a half dive.
But that has probably lost Brock half a second at least, which gives Jensen probably free rein to pit now. Jensen's in the pit lane.
Overtaken by Bunty. Pelly is pitting as well, he's coming off his soft. Jensen, you said pit. Has anyone stayed out? Lost Souls? No.
Yes, Mike stayed out because he's on the mediums.
No, anyone on the soft, sorry. Bullard Jet has stayed out.
Bullard Jet stayed out for now, and Lost Souls is showing us in the pit lane.
Yeah, Lost Souls pit.
Connors is still out, and Sean Larry's still out.
No, Larry and Connor. Connor's now moved up. I don't think he's boxed. In fact, I do think
has Jensen managed to go fast enough on that lap to cover off Brock? And Brock had a spin, but this is going to be mighty close.
No, Connor hasn't stopped.
I think, yeah, Jensen's done it. Jensen's got the lead by best part of a second, actually.
So he's actually come back out in front of his teammate because of the contact.
So the contact that Brock had, I think, on his outlap probably cost him the lead there.
As Clarkey gets past OTL Dixie Enormous there. I mean, Jensen needs to get past these two here. OTL Dixie and Clarkey very quickly.
He does need to pass them, but he doesn't need to be in any rush because he's already clear of everybody else. He's got a big gap to Lost Souls, who was the next person on the road before the pit stops happening.
Brock and Henry Arger right behind him, that's what I meant. I mean, Brock is... Jensen's inches with Adams back of the car. He's gonna go up the inside though. I don't know if Brock They're going to go side by side actually through
Oh,
first corner.
nicely
Wow,
done.
very close. That was nice between them.
And that's going to give Brock a really good run though, as we've got a spinner in Woodcock.
Henry's going to get past
Alpha
Brock here
Towers.
as well. Henry's going to push Brock in, Adam into a 3-wide car here. He's going to try and have to go around the outside to inside.
You've got to be brave to go around the outside still.
I think they're just going to filter in behind. Smalley needs to get past It's Enormous. That's his next move which he needs to do. Boseman's very close to Mike up there. He has got 6 seconds of time penalties, but he is going to take the lead now going into lap 11. He does need to push on.
With us watching the leaders there, Smalley's had an incident somewhere. He was ahead of Henry and right behind Brock. Of course, it was a spin, so yeah. Of course, he
Lost Souls has just lost another place to Lewis there, but I think he's going to come back up the inside. Yeah, he is, and Lewis is on the outside. So half of the group, half of them have stopped, half haven't. Clarkey.
Bullerjack, Connor and Sean Larry still on the softs, and this is about the time I thought the pit stops was happening. They've happened probably 3 laps earlier than what I expected them to. I thought now is when people start to come in.
Yeah, Bullerjack is still on his soft tyre, so is Snow Larry and Connor.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but Boseman has passed Mike now.
Yes, yep, I caught that. But Mike might actually have him back going up this. No, he won't do, but Connor's now got past Snow Larry as well going into the second.
And they're staying on these soft tyres, they're sticking with it for now. They're all going on to a 12th lap.
Jensen's just overtaken Clarkey, so that needed to be done. Brock is just behind him, and so is Henry. Smalley has had another issue, I think, because he's now behind Dixie. No, he was still behind Dixie Enormous. The gap is coming down slightly. He's doing okay in 13th though. Bless Adam, he's doing alright.
Ranger with another time.
Ranger's got a penalty. We'll look at penalties quickly.
Yeah, he's now got 12.
Yeah, he's got 12. He's near the back.
Jensen's flying, he's just putting the fastest lap of the race.
Jensen's just on a 1... I didn't catch that.
128.8 I think it was.
It was a 128.7, yeah.
He's taken 9/10 out of Sean Larry since he passed Clarkey already.
Snow Larry, this is the thing, Snow Larry is on his soft tyres, so is Connor, but they're battling in front of him. Boseman's just received another time penalty, so he's got 9 seconds. Mike is very close to him. Clarkey's just got past Brock there.
Well, yeah, that was Brock trying to make him run Clarkey, and and just not managed to finish it off.
Henry's still sitting behind these two, which is...
He'll do it on the highest straight, but this has given Jensen about a second and a half gap.
Mike's just overtaken for the lead there as well, going into the last sector. When are one of these going to box? Henry's just picked up a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to...
Oh, that's going to hurt him.
He has got a gap to Smalley of 4 seconds though, so if he can maintain that, he can get a bit of luck with these people.
Brock's managed to pass Clark now going to
Bullerjack's just gone in the pit. Connor's stayed out for another lap. Snow Larry stayed out for another lap on his sauce.
Clark is fighting this all the way with Brock, he's not going to let him go. And he's pinching into the apex, and Clark is really hanging on to this, and Henry might now have a run on Brock. This is not working out well for Brock at all, and he can't clear Clarky. Jensen's now running away. Well, yes, he's in the pit lane, that was fully expected.
Yes, but he was only 3 seconds behind these guys before they pit. I think he's going to lose loads of He's behind, he's going onto the grass. He's down with Lewis, look. Lewis just passed him, and so's Pelly. So they've lost a lot of time doing that extra stint on their soft tyres.
Brock's going to have another go at Clarkey into Brocklands, and this time is he going to make it work? Clarkey's really trying to...
Clarkey's on the inside of him, but I don't think he won't have the pace on the outside. I'll tell you what though, Henry might start coming up the inside.
I get they're all racing, but I feel like Clarkey's losing time here by doing this. He's on old mediums, they're on fresh mediums. It'd have been better trying to stick with him and pull the DRS. He's now off the track, he's picked up a penalty. And I just think he's pushed himself too hard and he didn't really need to.
There is a nice gap though to Smalley as well behind. He has got 6 seconds time penalties. You see Connor get past Chris there. And Henry got just past Clarkey there as well. Henry needed to get past Clarkey. He wanted to sit with Brock. Look at that gap that Jensen got though from those lot fighting. He's up to 2 seconds.
2 seconds, and he's got the gap to Sean Larry down to 12.
Yeah. pit stop here is what, 35, so he's going to have these guys are going to be down having to push hard on their soft tyres at the end of this race. There is 12 laps
Boatman's
left.
just that's Mike again for the lead. They're just going to keep swapping positions until the pit stops now.
I think I'll sit with Mike for a bit because he's out of that DRS Bunty behind him. These two are definitely pulling each other along.
Boatman was wide.
There is a yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's Bullard Jet, and he is
Bullard
actually
Jet's
out. We'll see on
It looks like an incident coming out of the first corner.
Virtual safety car, so no overtaking. Hamlin, I've just found, Rob Hammer, he's up to 4.
Yeah, because he hasn't stopped yet, so that'll play out.
We'll try and have a look at Bullard Jet's car. It'll be on the left just as we get on here. Yeah, he's binned it in turn 1. His car disappeared. Hopefully none of these. Mike's missed out on a bit of DRS there. some of these medium people might pit. You know, there you go. Mike's just pit under a virtual safety car. He will he'll gain a bit of time.
But what are they going to do? Are they going to go for hards? Are they going to do 13 laps on softs? Oh, Connor was close to hitting Hamal lane in the pit lane. In fact, he did. Connor's hit Hamal, and Hamal's ended up getting a penalty for that.
Snow Larry also got a 5-second penalty for a collision with OTL Allen, so they're going to have to serve all of them now. 4th, 5th.
Will it serve them for straight in?
1.
No, it's not. No, it hasn't let them. And the virtual safety cars ended while they were in the pit lane.
Snow Larry had to serve one of his, and he needed a new wing, so he's lost a good, what, 13 seconds in the pit there. Where are these going to come out? The next one would have been, Bunty's just come out next to, Mike's in front of Smalley.
And Mike's gone on to the medium, so it's going to be a long stint on these, but
Mike's on the
he should be able to do it.
Sorry, Rob,
So he's on the soft, yeah, on the soft, so he should be able to do it. 12 laps, I think, should be okay.
Smalley came out on the softs, broke the tyres, that'd be easier actually. Boseman's picked up another 3-second time penalty, so that's not helping him at the front. He is up 13 places, but I think he's got 12 seconds. Clarkie's looking nice there, but I don't think he's...
It's really bunched the pack back up, that. Them managing to make the pit stops under the virtual safety car. It's brought the field a lot closer together.
So Clarkie, Dixie Normus hasn't stopped yet, neither has Lewis, who are further down, but Boseman and Clarkie haven't stopped yet. Everyone else has moved on to the soft tyre. Chris put on the soft tyre. Hamal, he's up into 10th with a soft tyre. Bunty and Mike are up to 6th and 7th. Mike
and Horseman's now in the pit lane.
Mike's in a very, very good position here.
Yeah, as long as those soft tyres don't rot towards the end of the race as they start to get old.
Well, Henry and Clarkie both have penalties. They both have penalties of...
Oh, why is our race leader being held? He's not moving. Boseman isn't moving.
I don't know what's happened to Boseman. He is now moving. Maybe he had a time penalty. No, it's weird. It was lag, Rob, don't worry.
He was actually moving all along.
He is coming out behind Connor, in front of Connor.
He's quite just ahead of his team now.
He's behind Hamal, so... Even though the...
Yellow flag in sector 1, we've got a spinner of an Aston
Lewis.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately.
He's had a problem on the first corner and it looks like it's just taking him around, but... Yeah, that virtual safety car's kind of blocked some of these because now we only really have 1 or 2 cars in the top, 15 who are in DRS. Henry's just behind Brock, but he does have a penalty. Brock and Jensen, I mean, if everything goes right, McLaren have another 50-odd points here, didn't they, for the constructors?
Yeah, they do, and they can just control the race together from here now.
Mike could be, I mean, Brock's on mediums, Jensen, he might be a bit too far away. Brock is losing a bit of pace, but I think Mike, he's got an absolute hell of a run on Clarkie. He's just sent it past him. So he's moving up into 4th. I think he'll catch Henry here as well. He may win this on track if he can continue to push. He's got no penalties. He just has to worry about Brock and Jensen moving up. And I don't know if Clarkie has pit now. OTL Allen picks up another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That'll be a corner cut somewhere. He's trying to push, but he has 11 seconds. Boseman's down there in 15 because he got a 5-second penalty for...
Connor's just put in the fastest lap.
Connor's lap was a 1:27.7. Pelly's moved up 2 more. He's doing quite well, alright, in 11th. He has got a lot of people in front of him with penalties though. He's got Chris with 11, Connor with 5, Hamal with 8, and Lost Souls with 6. I think some of those 5-second penalties may be taken off. If nothing happens now, they won't
potentially.
serve them. They could come off, it could change everything up. But Hamal's got very close to Lost Souls here. He's on the medium tyre. Hamal, I think he'll need to get past because he's got a 2-second difference in his time gap. Mike, I think, has just taken 8/10 out of Henry, or almost a second within this lap. He's just got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so maybe him pushing has it's not. I don't think it's going to affect him too much. The Smalley and Bounty guy. There's a
Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3.
Is that Connor or Lost?
It's one of the Alpha Towers, I believe. I think it's URL Nick, and that's caused a safety car.
That's a DNF, and there is a safety car. He has binned it. Where's a white car? Clarky, is he coming up?
Oh, who's jumping in the pit lane here then?
So he's come
Chris
out
is in and Connor's in.
Oh, Chris just got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So are they going to put softs on now? I would think some of these medium runners are going to just put softs on. But then that opens this race up to Mike winning. If he stays out, I can't see why he wouldn't.
So Connor's got to serve a 5-second penalty in the pit lane.
Mike only doing 2 laps on these soft tyres. He'll stay out definitely. So will Connor's. Connor's moved up to 9th. Is he going to come out in 9th on those tyres? Yes, he is.
Yes, because there's nobody else coming right on the Delta.
Yeah. Clarky's moved up to 9th, sorry. Connor moved down to 10th. Boastman's stayed out because he put soft tyres on the lap before. In fact, I don't know if Boastman's there because his car looks ghosted to me. Not on that angle, but that one it definitely does. I don't know if Boastman's there. Hopefully that doesn't annoy the... No, he's not there. He's got an X near his name, so Boastman ain't there.
But do any of the leaders bother to box? I mean, I don't think they can now at this point.
I mean, no, everyone's
behind the
caught up.
safety car now, yeah, so it's, unless you can bank on passing everybody, it's... He's got 2 rear gunners that are on the same tyre, Brock and Henry. So I think they've got to stick with what they've got now, because surely Mike and Bunty are not going to box, because they're on 2-lap-old tyres.
They won't box.
I think the front 3 have just got to stick with it, I think.
So everyone's stopped at least once. Position changes we'll go to in a sec. We'll look at the penalties. Hamal, he may actually only have a 3 over an 8-second, but Smalley and TRT are looking.
Oh, Henry has
quite
boxed.
Nice.
I'm not sure if Brock kind of goaded him into that one. Brock aimed for the pit lane and then changed his mind at the last second.
Lost Souls just boxed and took out a cone, so he might need a new wing.
And he's also got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
He might need a new wing there. Jensen was the only one on... No, Jensen and Brock on the medium tyres stayed out. So did Smalley.
Mike's now up to 3rd.
Yeah, Mike is up to 3rd, but he does have that 3-second time penalty. But I know he doesn't have any warnings. Brock and Jensen may be on a few warnings here.
And he's got enough laps to try and make a gap.
Yes.
Because Smalley's on old mediums, so they've got a bit of a rear gunner to those fresher softs behind them. The people to watch for could be Connor.
Could be
Pelly.
Connor. Yeah. Oh, it's brought Pelly right back into this, isn't it, with only 3 seconds. There will be, what, 6 laps left after this? I don't think... It might come in... Yeah, it will come in this lap.
There'll be 7 laps to go, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Smalley looks... In fact, Smalley, without the time penalty, the only problem he has is the medium tyre. The person who's looking really good here is actually TRT Bunty with no penalties on soft tyres.
Yeah, I think Smalley pitted early, and I think that strategy's now going to go against him, unfortunately, just because his tyres are that much older than anybody else's.
Yeah, they're 10 laps at the moment, I believe. Yeah, they are. I mean, Jensen's only on an 8-lap-old tyre. The softs are already on 3 laps. Pelly's just got
they've done a
past
lap and a half behind the safety car now,
Chris there. I
so...
don't know what happened there. Unless Chris let... Oh yeah, no, they've positioned back. Five-second penalty for
Pelly's
Pelly.
for the war, ignoring yellow flags.
I think, yeah, he passed... I swear he passed Chris, or I saw the safety car's in this lap. I saw a movement on the leaderboard, so I don't really know why, but that puts him up to 8 seconds. We'll see how far Jensen's gap can get. Henry's just overtaken Boseman. Boseman's in AI, that's why he's not
Boseman's not there, so I wonder if they're all going to get a penalty for that by the game, though.
If they do, I think they will be taken off.
As Jensen's going to lead them into the final 2 corners.
Mike sat back a little bit here from these two.
And Jensen's gone, and that's...
Jensen's
we are back
gone.
underway.
Completely gone. Rangers gets
Rangers with another
3-second
penalty. It's like Bunting had a decent restart there behind Mike. He's kept quite close.
Are these soft tires? They should be half a second quicker, but can
Ooh, Mike's had a bit of a lock up into the second corner.
can they keep it together? I mean, Smalley stayed where he was. He's had a good start as well. I just think when DRS kicks in, I think the medium runners will be under a bit of pressure. Clarkey might look at Hamal here. He's half, no, he's not close enough. But DRS is quite hard to overtake here, isn't it?
Yes.
As
Ooh, bit of movement into Ranger and F. Lewis behind
Lewis is going to go around the
Adam.
outside of Adam as well. Adam's going to hold that inside line.
Nice move by Lewis there to make that
side by
stick.
side into Cops. Adam likes doing
looking
things.
that way. They're going to
Ranger's
go
got
for
a
it, I
hell of a
think.
run on the back of him. He's going to try and join this three-way.
They've done it. They've gone side by side through Cops.
It does look very nice through there.
Oh, Ranger's going to try and go side by
Very
side through Maggots and Beckett's. This is 3 cars into one. He's going to struggle here. Adams held it out brilliantly through Maggots and Beckett's. He's gone past them
I
back.
think Ranger might be able to come and back onto him, but Adam held that well. He's going to get taken here though. This is going to be another side-by-side. We'll stick with Ranger at the moment while we just look at the gaps between the front lot. This is a great battle.
Lewis has gone on the outside of Stone. He'll have the inside into Vale and Club. Oh, we've got a yellow flag somewhere.
Oh, it's Snow Larry. He's gone round. Oh, someone's pit. Lost Souls' pit. And he's retired from the session. I think him and Snow Larry had a little touch there. Adam did lose the position to Lewis there, but he's still right at the back of him. And Hamal has got past Smalley there. And Connor's got past Clarkey.
Trying to pass Clarkey.
Someone's off track there. Smalley's off track.
This could give Connor a chance to get past him. Down the inside into Brooklands.
Connor will get past him, I think.
Should do with the fresher tyres.
They needed to. He's on the medium. Smalley's on the... Ooh, a little bit of contact there, but Smalley's managed to hold it. That brings Pelly in and Chris just behind him. Pelly's just...
Oh, Pelly with a 3 second time penalty.
That's not going to help him. I think he's got 6 or 9 since the safety car in the last 3 laps, so he's not doing too great.
Pelly's now on 11 seconds of penalties. I think that's to do with...
Yeah, he might get the 5... Well, he might get the 5 taken off. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That's one...
Oh, Pelly's going to go round. Pelly's lost it in Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, he's managed to keep it out the wall, but he's now dropped down to 11.
Half hold it. Lewis is 6 seconds behind, so those 3 battling cost them about 6 seconds. Great battle between them though, Ranger, Adam and Lewis there, but it just cost them a bit of time. They should be able to finish if they can keep it all clean. Chris just got another 3 second time penalty. Smalley's doing the best he can on his medium tyres not to drop too far down. He doesn't have that penalty though.
Henry with the fastest lap.
Henry got 1:27.7. Clarkey, he has 6 seconds, so I think they'll stick. He's obviously in the gap of that. Oh, 2 people on there. I think Ranger and OTL Dixie Normus.
Bunty's going to start to come under pressure from Hamal and Clarkey very soon, I think.
Hamal just stayed within that DRS zone. He was literally a second. He's just stayed within it. Mike's very close.
Oh,
Mike's
close to Brock here.
Mike's sticking with these 2, but he needs that gap to Bunty. I think he needs to get past. There's a yellow flag.
Oh, Ranger's retired. Is that going to bring out a safety car? It is indeed, or a virtual safety car.
And there is a safety car. 4 laps left. There is a safety car. And that was Ranger binning it on turn 1, was it?
No, just out of the loop onto the Wellington straight.
We can't see his car because everyone's passed it. Well, that's
Does
going
anybody
to.
pit now? We're gonna. Ooh,
I don't think
it's
people
only gonna be.
will
It's
pit.
only gonna be out for a lap. This.
It'll be out for this lap and the next one, so that'll take us to 24. There'll be 3 left. I think Jensen and Brock think they will be okay because of the last safety car restart. Jensen and Brock got away, but Mike is not going to be happy with this now.
Mike's now going to finish probably off the podium.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled that gap to Bunty behind him by 2 seconds, and he was looking like he could have pulled the 3, but with 3 laps...
He's not going to do it now.
No, I don't. Hamel's done very well.
And it's whether he can pull 3 seconds to Connor in the last 2 laps.
Connor's done very well. He's had a spin as well. He's been at the back twice in this race. Started there.
So Larry's decided to go in the pit lane with 3 laps to go.
No, Larry, he's going to go with the
fastest lap potentially.
I think. I mean, oh yeah, he has to serve one of his 5 seconds, I think. Yeah, just one. He had 10.
Boseman's in the pit lane, but I don't think he's here at all. I don't think he's disconnected or something.
I think he's disconnected, but it won't matter. It's funny because his AI are putting on mediums with 2 laps left, 3 laps left. So if everything finishes as we are, it will look like that Mike will actually move down to 4. Connor needs to get past Clarkey and Hamel here as quickly as he can off the restart. Smalley, I think... I don't know if he'll be happy with where he is. Obviously people behind him have time penalties, so he shouldn't lose out to any more, but it was just unlucky, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that. He had a dive, well, not a dive, he went for a move at the inside on Brock, broke a little bit late, and it was never really, it wasn't really on. It was a bit too far back.
Chris just got a 5-second time penalty with Smalley for a collision. I think all these will need to be looked at. It's very hard to work out who's got what. I think if Chris has 2, I think now, so that's 10 seconds.
Yeah, because he's showing 19 in total, so the other 3 will be from corner cutting to make 3 threes. The safety car's going to do a lot.
It's not doing another one, surely.
It is, so we're only going to have literally 2 laps of racing.
2 laps of racing.
Which is even worse for Mike.
This is played into Jensen and Brock's hands.
It'll be a McLaren 1-2 now, you would think. I can't see anything changing unless they have any sort of
no, neither can I.
An inter-team incident with 2 laps to go would be highly unlikely, but I think that's the only thing that could stop them winning.
Mike could possibly get past them, but with his penalty, he's not going to create a 3-second gap here. I wouldn't think.
The only hope he's got is that Connor has a bad start and gets swallowed up by Smalley, and then there's a chance to try and make some time there, because Connor's the only one now around it without a penalty besides Bunty. Bunty's probably going to get 3rd, and it's whether Mike can hold on to 4.
I've just noticed as well, I don't know if it's going to make any difference with 2 laps, but Connor's a lap down on his tyres and everyone else in front of him 3 laps.
It probably won't matter with 2 laps to go. But what might happen, actually, F. Lewis is showing in 12th, but with the penalties ahead of him, he could end up in the top 6, I think, potentially looking at it.
One of Kelly's is a 5 second, and one of Chris's and one of Hamel's is a 5 second.
Yeah, so it'll be a provisional finishing board, I think, when they get through this race.
He'll get top 10, at least, if it stays like this. He'll be put in 8th, won't he? So, Smalley and one of Chris's may come off. I don't know.
Yeah, this will definitely be a provisional final result when we get it.
So, safety car's going to leave 2 laps of racing for us.
Yeah, it's just going to be, it's a 2-lap sprint now. And it's how brave do people want to be in the final 2 laps, or do you push for trying to gain and potentially lose, or do you just stick with what you've got?
That's the thing, but people with 1 warning will think here, well, I'm going to push because I'm not getting a penalty if I cut half a corner here. Especially if they leave it for the last one. I mean, people like Connor, he's going to move up.
It's more the risk of contact at this point, so late in the race, that if you do lose 3 positions because you've just tried an ambitious move, you're not then going to gain them all back, you know, at the time.
I mean, Connor could end up with a podium here. He's sitting in 7th at the moment, but he's got... Hamel's obviously on a 3
He'd have to clear Clarkey and Hamal on the first lap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Bunty, sorry. Bunty's on soft tyres as well.
Yeah, so for Connors to get a podium, he has to clear the 2 cars in front of him within the next lap, and then hope Bunty's still close enough to have to go on the last lap. Jensen's going to lead them away once again, once the safety car gets in the pit lane.
He's leaving it quite late.
Two McLarens have gone off quite quickly this time. Brock's gone with him, Mike's a little bit further back. Yeah, Mike's been caught a little bit on that restart.
There to Mike, so he's going to be right on the back.
Yeah, Mike's just been caught napping a little bit there. He's lost over a second on the restart.
Oh, Connor's
might
very
leave him
close
vulnerable.
to Clarkey there as well. I don't think anyone would have moved there. OTL Dixon almost lost the place, I think, there. Everyone's so bunched up, there's penalties everywhere. So now Larry's going for a move up the outside and then inside at turn 2 and 3. Henry's got past OTL Allen. Now OTL Allen has lost the place to Pelly as well. Pelly might try and look up the inside of Henry here. He has. Henry obviously will have the inside.
Connor's going to go up the inside of Clarkey potentially. Luffield is going to have a run on him at Cops potentially. Connor needs to make this move on this lap if he's got ambitions of catching Hamal. He might do it. He's literally shoving him through Cops.
He's pushing him round there, wasn't he?
Literally as close as you dare get.
Great driving.
What sort of run can he get out of Chapel to get a run onto the back straight?
Problem is
Actually, Clarkey's now got a run on Hamal.
Yeah, Hamal might actually.
Hamal could lose. No, he's got a good straight line speed.
OTL Allen, now Larry just got past OTL Allen, so he's losing a few places at the end of this race.
And
oh,
Connor's gone for a really late dive. Oh, that was a huge dive. That was really late. That's wiped out 3 cars.
He's also reset to track.
Connor's. Oh, and he's now lost it again.
And now he's.
Yeah, that was overly ambitious to say the least, I'm afraid.
It was a bit naughty.
And that's left Bunty basically just to run around nicely to third down the last lap.
I feel sorry for Hamal and Clarkey because they were sitting in what, 6th and 7th, and now they're at the back.
Yeah, that was would have to be looked at by the stewards, but from what we saw, that's an overzealous move that was never going to work that late into a corner.
No. And resetting to track, I don't think.
Yeah, I think the stewards will probably take a grim view of that whole incident, if I'm honest.
I caught the half dive and the slap, but I didn't get all of it. So now Larry's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, but it looks like on this last lap, Jensen's been, if he can hold off Brock, which I think he
Mike did very well. He gained a second and a half in just over a lap. Another lap and he probably would have got the podium. But he will get 4th.
I'll tell you what though, Brock's very close to Jensen here. Are these two going to try and push each other into the last couple of corners, the 1st and 2nd, or do you think they're happy?
No, I think that'll just be settled for a McLaren 1-2 side by side over the line kind of deal.
Brock might not be happy with this.
I don't think he's going to risk it into the final corner.
he showed him a little bit there, but no, it's good racing from those two. They're definitely doing a very,
and those two are going to come over the line for 1st and 2nd for McLaren, a 1-2 for the British Grand Prix for McLaren.
Mike didn't stay 3rd, he obviously moved down because of penalties, so TRT Bunty gets 3rd.
Where is F? Lewis is going to jump up to 6th provisionally.
Lewis moved up to 6th provisionally. But there's so many penalties that might come off here. We'll run through the end result anyway. Clarkey got driver of the day from the.
I never even thought we would consider driver of the day. Yeah.
I kind of half looked. To be honest with you, I was thinking Hamal, but I know it wasn't really his fault. He moved so far up in the end, but even TRT Bunty, he started outside the top 10. He had a great race at the end there to stick with Mike. He was losing a bit of time, but as it goes that we know, Jensen won that race, Brock was 2nd, TRT Bunty make up the podium 3 places, Mike was 4th, ERT Henry was 5th, Lewis was 6th, Smalley moved down to 7th, Clarkey was 8th, Hamal finished in 9th in the end, Snarlow was 10th, Pelly was in 11th, OTL Dixon Ormston 12th, OTL Allen in 13th, Boseman, who wasn't there in his car in the end, was 14th. Connor had a retirement and a bit of a lapse on the 2nd last lap, but it has given him points. In 15th, Ranger didn't finish, neither did Lost Souls, Nick or Ballard Jacked. So that was the, today's race, and I think the fastest. This lap was actually Henry with a 1:27.7.
Yeah, it was.
Whew.
Yeah, so Hamal started 19th, would have finished sort of top
He was
5, 6
He
probably.
was 5. He had a 5-second penalty that probably was coming off as well. It said 8, but he had 3 seconds. So, I mean, really, Bunty deserves it for getting a podium from 13th. He's moved up 2 places. There's been a lot of people who have deserved it today. So yeah, I think
we're between Bunty and Hamal, really, aren't we?
Yeah, I think more. It's a shame, really is a shame with that last incident.
I think you've got to say Bunty. It's his first race. He's just gone from 13th for a podium.
Yep, he has. He's got. Well, yeah, he's on the podium. We will send out an invite to the 3 on the podium, though. They had a very, very good race. These 3. Even Mike behind did very well. He was very unlucky that he got that 3-second time penalty. But on those soft tyres, he did have to push to keep up and try and catch Jensen and Brock. There's Jensen. TRT Bunty's there, and I can't find Brock, so I'll let Jensen do that. There's Brock. SHZ. Interesting race though. It didn't rain.
It was very interesting. It was a good race, that.
Very good towards the end as well. Safety car didn't help some. It did help a lot of others. It made the race a bit more interesting and gave the last 2-3 laps a bit of wheel-to-wheel racing. Hello, Jensen.
Hello.
How are you today, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing well, yes.
Yep. Good race for you. You finished on pole. Felt easy, or not really?
Nah, not easy at all. I mean, qualifying is insane times from Connor and Brock. I don't know how they pulled those out.
Yeah, they were a bit too much, they were.
But I mean, P3 I was still happy with. Off the start I got a bit bogged down, but I held it around the outside of Henry.
Yep, he got past you into turn 1 and you kept it back to turns 2, 3 and 4. It was nice.
And then I saw Brock and Connor going side by side. I was like, oh god, is it happening? We're like Hamilton, Verstappen moment, but nah, they kept it clean. I picked up two silly warnings in that race. Luckily I didn't pick up a penalty. I think out of Beckett, so I went a little bit wide. And onto one of the straights, which is probably the most stupid warning you ever pick up, but I mean, I managed to keep it clean. Went for the overcut, which I managed to get that done. I managed to pull a gap after overtaking Clarky and Clarky seemed to be battling with Brock, but yeah,
Clarky was really battling that, and in the end I think he cost himself a lot of time. He wasn't in the same race as kind of Brock and Ewan, but he just literally wasn't prepared to let that one place go, which I think didn't do himself any favours really.
Yeah, I mean,
and the overcut worked more for you. You wouldn't have seen it, but Brock had a moment with Smalley. Smalley tried to put the inside of me to Brooklands. It spun Smalley and Brock went really wide.
I was wondering why he dropped back.
Yeah. There was a moment into Brooklands.
Fair enough, but I mean, yeah, I had a 2-second gap, held that until the VSC, which it went back to a 1. It went down to a 1.5 on the restart, which I didn't get really good, but it went back. I got it back up to 2. Then a safety car came out. I chose to stay. Well, I couldn't choose to do anything actually.
You couldn't pit. We saw someone pit, and they lost so much.
The safety car came out as I passed the pit lane, and I mean, I would have stayed out in the mediums anyway. To be honest, track position was vital there. And yeah. So a few guys behind me, but my teammate was a buffer as well as the old soft runners, Bunty and Mike. And then another safety car came out later on, which saved my race. First one ruined it. This second one saved it because Brock wouldn't have got DRS in the later laps. So he came really close at the end.
He came very close at the end. If there was another lap, I think he might have got you there, but it was very good to see you actually battling with your teammate there at the end. So it was good.
But yeah, pretty happy with that. to win it. Silverstone again. See, it's my best track on the F1 games. I've had my most wins at Silverstone. Seems to be something about it, but I mean, yeah. Once again, pretty happy.
I think I could be wrong, but looking at it from what we saw, I feel like you ran a slightly different setup to the cars. Your back end looked a little bit less stable than some of the others through Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. But it seemed to work for you. In qualifying, I noticed a couple of times through there your back end just stepped a bit more.
Stable setup actually.
Oh wow!
I was running 5.8 wings, so yeah, it was much more stable compared to, I reckon, most other setups. I mean, some people might have gone much different, but I mean, yeah. I still lifted through Cops and Abbey as well, because they're literally both, like, even flat out, you can still spin the car. Wasn't taking so much risks, but I mean, in the end, yeah, the result speaks for itself.
Yeah, it does. And well done for your win today. Did Brock join?
I don't think he
so.
talked. Mike.
Bunty join? I think he joined.
Yes.
Well done for finishing third. There was a time penalty that Mike had to put you on podium, but I believe that was your first race with these guys that I've seen anyway.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you did very well. Obviously starting 13th. We gave you driver of the day from Comms Box anyway, because you started 13th. You did very well to hold on to Mike as well, especially after the first safety car. We thought he might drag out that 3-second time penalty. The second one helped, but no, you did very well to hold on to him as well. And obviously get third place, which was very good. How do you feel your race went from your first stint? Because you started on mediums, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I didn't expect the soft runners to fall off so early on as they did. I was really fighting guys around Postman and Mike area, so I was pretty happy kind of to go up the field slowly but surely. So when FDSE came out, I wasn't planning to pit, but then I was in a party with Small and he said Sos could go to the end, so I was like, well, I might as well just risk it for the chocolate biscuit, and I managed to pull off quite a nice strategy.
Yeah, no, it was very good. It was good, and obviously, look, the less penalties you got, people were getting so many around you. I don't know if you can see them. I can't remember when you raced, but no, did you know that Mike had a penalty?
Yeah. I think I checked as well, just in case the top two, if they had any penalties, and they had 2 warnings. So I thought in my head, if I was being as optimistic as possible, maybe Brock and Jensen would take each other out, and Mike with his penalty, I'd have a chance to win. But yeah, some things aren't meant to be. But I'm definitely going to take a podium.
Yeah, it's a very good drive from you, and we obviously thought so to give you driver of the day as well from our box.
Yeah, thanks.
That's okay. Jensen Clarkey got it from the game, I believe.
Yep, got that.
Well. Yep. And with Brock not here, I think we'll wrap it up unless you want to add anything, Rob.
No, I think that's all covered and good for the evening.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you like the stream, and subscribe, let people know. And well done to you, Jensen, for the win, and well done to Bunty for a podium tonight as well.
Cheers.